conjugation, it will take a prefixed preposition. Which one is that? Infinitive construct. All right. The great gift to Hebrew students is the pu'al, because it has a great big kibitz. The second gift to Hebrew students is the infinitive construct. It's the Swiss Army knife of conjugations. It can do almost anything, but it's the only one that takes lamed, bait, or kof as a preformative. Don't forget that. All right, 17:7. Did you have any other nominees, or just that verse?
No, that one kind of stood out for us for, again, the two reasons of it's a pre-pivotal verse in that first 10 verses, and it has the two verb choices that are more odd than just a cow.
Okay, based on your recommendation, I've written down 17:7. All right, the next group was Kunyon and Timothy. Okay, what have you guys got? Oh, you're not here. All right, JD, Kunyon, and Timothy are all gone. All right, Heidi, what was your recommendation for your group? Which verses did you have?
Originally, we thought about verse.
I'm sorry, were you in 17 or were you in 19?
19.
19, okay. What verse do you think is most likely?
Originally, we thought about verse 4.
Verse 4. All right, let's take a look at that. 19, verse 4. 19:4. And what verb did you think might be a good one to go for?
We have the nipple one,
Uh-huh.
and then we have the hifil, but we kind of confused with the hifil.
Right. Good. Yeah, I see a couple of good ones in there. Now, and we were also looking at this verb right here, vaiviuhu, and Heidi, you decided that is a hifil converted imperfect, correct?
Yeah.
With a 3ms pronominal. Yeah. I'm probably not going to give you a verb like that. That was a curveball. I'm not going to go for a curveball. I'm going to go for something you should know. All right. But I do like 19:4. Did you have any other recommendations that you thought might be good ones? Or is 19:4 your... Okay, good. I'm writing that one down too. 19:4. All right, Megan, what was your group of verses? Was that the same group?
I'm the same group.
Same group, all right. All right. Zhang Dong, what was your recommendation? What did you guys decide that you thought would be a good verse?
We don't think it's a good implementation.
19:9? Okay. So we'll look at 19. Vayitanuhu. That looks like a good verb. Vayitanuhu, all right. And anything else on this? Vayuhu, there's another one of those hifils, camouflage one. Melech Bavel, Yaviuhu, Bamatzodot. Not bad. I kind of like this one. Lama'an lo yishama kolo od el hare Yisrael. Okay, 19:9, not bad. I'll write that one down too. 19:9. Okay, and Karen, Christopher, Arlene, what was your verse?
12.
Verse 12.
19:12. Let's take a look at that.
That's the first one.
Oh, you think that's it, eh? Back to Thash.
We should have picked the easy one, I tell you.
Behema, Baritz, Hushlaka. Oh yeah, yes, it's got all kinds of good stuff. Hushlaka, Baruach, Hakarim, Hovish, Pirya, Hith Paraku. Oh yeah, oh yeah, 19:12. I'm liking it.
See that?
Our hit titles.
That's a Hith Pile parade verse. Yeah, this is a Hith Paraku. That's a Hifio Perfect 3MP from Parak. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Now, what I'm looking at, I normally do not take cal, or nifal, perfect and imperfect. What I'm normally looking for is a pial, hifial, hofal, or pual. Now hithpial, that'll be a good one too. And I tend to look at the infinitive construct, infinitive absolute, and the participle. So those are the verbs that I'm looking for. And I also like to take verses that are pivotal, okay? So by all means, you should work with your study group to find out which one is most likely, okay? Now, I have papers. Arlene and Karen, your paper's right there. Here's your papers. Papers. Heidi, I've got the little paper here. Come on. Come on, Heidi. Right there. Elijah, I just sent your paper over there. Okay, Megan, you got your paper last week. Everybody got a paper that turned one in? Take a look at your paper. Timothy, Chris Lee, and Kyun-Yun. Okay. Is anybody likely to see Kyun-Yun, Timothy, or Chris Lee during the week? Everybody going to see any one of those three? So I can put it in your hands to take to them?
Oh, did you say Timothy?
Timothy?
I'll see Timothy.
Where's Tim Cole? Everybody else? Now this is only a 50% draft. All right. Let me make a couple of comments about this, and then I want to, if I'll stick around, if you've got any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Megan asked the question, and it's a good one. What are we doing for next week? Here we are. This is March 29. And there it is. Here we are. We are doing Ezekiel 17 and 19. Homework is prepare Isaiah 25. Now let me, I love 25. I love Isaiah 25. Let me say that one more time. I love Isaiah 25. The veil that is cast over all peoples will be put away on this mountain. You better come prepared for Isaiah 25. There will be no mercy. Did I say that I love 25? I love Isaiah 25. This is one of the most important prophecies you will ever read in the book of Isaiah. And it applies to every one of you. The application of Isaiah 25, if it doesn't leap off the page, then you're not reading it carefully enough. Isaiah 25, that's what I want you to do for this coming week. So on the 5th of April, we're going to do all of Isaiah 25, and I want to talk briefly about application and a sermon outline. So I want you to imagine to yourself, you're a pastor, you're getting ready to pitch Isaiah 25 to your congregation. How are you going to do it? Okay? So your assignment is not only tag and translate it, but imagine, how would I preach this? So come in prepared with a one-page handwritten outline of how you would preach this. Okay? We're going to give it, this will be like Massachusetts no-fault insurance. Come in with a one-page handwritten outline and let's see how it works. Okay? No harm, no foul. If you're in a head-on collision, you're not at fault. It's just that simple. All right, so you know what you're going to do for next week? All right, let me make a couple of observations about a 50% paper that I happen to have in front of me. Look at this. This is a work of art. Okay, that is a work of art. What is the genre? What's the genre of this work of art? Narrative. Is it likely that it's narrative if we're doing this is OT 750 prophets? It's not likely that this is correctly arrayed. As beautiful as this handwritten Hebrew text is, that is gorgeous. I love it. But the genre's all wrong. Okay? Not everybody can see that at a glance. to give away this, what the student's done. But what I do want you to do is go tonight, no, it won't be tonight, by tomorrow, certainly by noon, I will have posted on Sakai a sample paper, similar to the sample papers that are downstairs in the library. A sample paper from Proverbs 5:15 to 19. If you have comments on your paper about text criticism, then go to step 1 and just see how that paper did. If you have questions on translation or translation notes, see how that paper did. Go to step 2. If you have questions about grammar or form or structure, just go to that paper and check it out. Now, here's the translation. Now, the one thing that your translation must do, it's got to be readable English. Thus the Lord of warfare, the God of Israel, said, make things go well for your ways and your deeds. That's a good literal rendering, but it's not really understandable. So I have suggested that he change this to amend your ways and your deeds, and I'll let you settle in this place. Okay? Now, what I want you to do, your translation must be readable English. It can be literal, but it should be readable and it should be understandable. If it's not readable, it's not understandable, then you have to explain why you chose to make it that way. Now, this is the only one I've seen in a long time. Let me show you something. Here's my favorite word. You know what I would do with that word right there? I would draw a nuclear attack submarine with a periscope over that word. Don't do this in your paper. There are no periscopes. This is a pericope. Okay? Now I guarantee you, if you bring me a periscope, I'm going to draw a nuclear attack sub on your paper. Let me see if there's anything else I want to do. Now here's something this student did that's pretty good. The basis of citation, when you get to lexical data, that's where we are here. What the student has done is he's given me the basis of the study is in Hebrew. Don't give me English. Don't give me transliteration. This is a Hebrew paper. I want some Hebrew. Okay? Now, if you're going to use transliteration, then use it consistently. Everything should be either transliterated, preferably it should be in Hebrew. Now, this student has chosen to do it unpointed, and that's fine. Some students will just copy and paste and it'll be pointed, and that'll be fine. Some people will draw a line and handwrite in basha'ar, and that's fine. But however you do it, be consistent. Okay? Don't go from Hebrew to transliteration to handwritten. Just give it to me all the same way. This student has done a good job pointing out what the words are. Verse 2, verse 2, verse 2, verse 3, and he's given me all of the Hebrew terms. That's what I want. This is a Hebrew paper, not an English paper. Okay, one more thing. Takes a second. This camera's not focusing well today. Oh, come on.
There it goes. It's good.
Autofocus.
It's good.
Here we go. All right.